This is from 5 hours ago on SBS News Australia. Terrible crime. Royal Commission's final abuse report makes 189 new recommendations. A task force will be set up to look at recommendations made in the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse's final report. Key recommendations: criminalise failure to report child sexual abuse in an institutional context. Abuse allegations revealed in confession must be reported. The inquiry has suggested that the Jehovah's Witnesses abandon a 2,000-year-old rule in handling child sex abuse cases and stop shunning victims who leave the organisation. Now, it's not actually a 2,000-year-old rule, because the verse that they misquote, take totally out of context in Matthew 18, is actually talking about two adults who've had some kind of problem with each other. But also, it's talking about taking along 2 or 3 witnesses to the discussion that takes place after the event, not 2 witnesses to a crime such as child sexual abuse, or who are witness to the actual crime being committed. So it's just absolutely ludicrous. Anyway, that's that. It again called for strengthened and nationally consistent mandatory reporting laws that include people in religious ministry, and no exemption when the information came from a religious confession. It also wants abusers stripped of any honours. A task force will also be set up in January to look at and act on the recommendations. The Commission has given the federal, state and territory governments 6 months to respond to its recommendations, and wants institutions to report on how they have implemented its reforms in a year's time.